Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Y2. I'm here as the PokeGamer. In the last episode, we kind of started through Route 6 and we decided to kind of get through here and, you know, get to the end of the route, which led us to Chargestone Cave, which we didn't get to in the last episode, of course. So that's what we're going to be kind of doing today. We're going to be going through Chargestone Cave, and as you can see, Bianca is also here. Originally, when we came through the Chargestone Cave during Black and White, she was here with Juniper doing a bit of research on the Pokemon here, and it looks like she's doing the same in this game as well. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. So, one of the Pokemon that I want to catch in this area, you can only find it, I think, on the B2 floor, and it also happens to have an 8% encounter rate. It's the ideal Pokemon that I'd like to get, of course. There's more than one electric type in here that I wouldn't mind using. However, you know, one of them has a very, very low encounter rate, whereas the other one is fairly easy. I want to try and get a lower encounter rate, but if I don't get enough luck, then I'll probably go with the higher encounter rate, as sad as that would probably make me, because one of my favorite Pokemon happens to be the lower encounter rate, and it's also kind of a pain in the ass to train. Very similarly to something like Beldum, but it's still a really good Pokemon if you happen to get it and train it up. I'm kind of hoping that I can get it fully leveled up off screen as well whenever we actually get it. And hopefully, I'm actually kind of hoping we don't get to the gym leader like sometime by the next episode. Partly because I'd like to train it and you know, get all that out of the way, but I don't know how that's actually going to play out. We'll have to find out, of course. But yeah. Also, this is the second time that I've attempted to record this. The first time that Emolga kind of annoyed me, it ended up paralyzing me with static. This time I got lucky, I guess. I don't know. Because originally what I had done is I had battled her, then I battled the other guy with the Magneton. But in order to battle the guy with the Magneton, you either have to go up the stairway or you have to jump off the ledge here, and if you jump off the ledge here, you have to go back up past her and then all the way back over here, and you know, that area up there you can't get through. That moving thing over there is meant to move towards the left, so that way if you're up in that area you can get back down into this area. So I mean, and yeah, someone else is here. I'm pretty sure it's, you know, obvious by now that someone else is here, but yeah. Anyways, this guy specifically, I don't think there's anyone else in here that's like this. He is a triple battle. He is not exactly a, oh, I have 3 Pokemon type of deal. No, it is an actual full-fledged triple battle. I found it kind of weird that they just randomly placed a triple battle here, but I guess it's fine. I don't really have a problem with it, of course. If I had, you know, known right after that, I would have put Oshawott, not Oshawott, but Duwat in Espeon's place. And of course, this thing has to use Protect. Of course. Just all luck. Still, want to get that Sandslash out of here. Don't want it doing any kind of harm. I don't think it can actually hit the Lucario, but I still didn't want to take the chance that it somehow could. And Duwat gets itself a level up here, so I'm going to remove Razor Shell for Aqua Jet. The reason for this is just because if I'm low on health and I know I can kill, but I'm not sure if I'll outspeed, I want to have something like Aqua Jet to kind of help just get that small amount of health out of the way. It's also good if I barely, if something barely lives one of my attacks, and I know I can hit it for neutral damage and just do enough damage to kill it. But I mean, it's just overall something nice to have. I guess before we actually get the full 5 minutes into this, I want to make a slight reminder. The villain that was distributed for the you know, 100 million GTS trade milestone, that's due to end on Thursday, and considering today is Wednesday, you might want to go ahead and get that like right now, like ASAP. I do just kind of recommend you do that, but I mean, if you don't want to, for whatever reason, that's cool too. But I mean, getting a free Vivillon pattern that's only accessible through this event, I kind of recommend that you do it, just because, you know, you may not be able to get it again unless, you know, if for some reason you decide to redistribute it, or maybe it becomes accessible in the wild or something in AlphaSapphire and OmegaRuby, which would be kind of cool, but I highly doubt that that's going to be the case. Also, this is a little puzzle here. I wasn't entirely sure, like, what the hell, but, you know, if you push the up one, like the upper one, you block yourself off from being able to go into that area. You have to push the bottom one. So by just leaving the area and coming back, you can reset the thing and just like, okay, push the lower one. It's not entirely worth like all the trouble because all you get is a magnet, but I mean, it's an item. Pardon me for that second there, I kind of yawned. I woke up a little earlier than I wanted to, partly because like I had to record something else today, only to find out that I didn't have to record it today, and I mean, that was kind of a thing. And that's partly why, okay, not partly, that's exactly why this episode's getting up much later than I wanted it to. As you can tell, it's 17:22, which means 5:22. I have to record, edit, and then I have to do this now, which is the commentary, and I mean, the fact that I had to record the other video and when I actually didn't have to, it kind of annoys me. This also annoyed me in my favorite saddest affliction of all time, confusion. Absolutely great. So, we smack ourselves once. Congratulations, now we get punched in the face, because punching yourself in the face wasn't enough. So let's go for bulldoze again, only to smack ourselves in the face again. Hooray! Then we get thunder punch, and guess what happens? Yay! Now we can't outspeed, and even if we could, we'd probably kill ourselves. So time to use some of that moo milk and get ourselves almost all of our health back, and only to get punched in the face again, because why not? I hate confusion, I really do. I mean, yeah, it's great and all that, you know, that it works well for you whenever you're the one using it, but when you're up against like an AI or something like this, it's annoying. It is absolutely unbearable from time to time, and I mean, like, I'm not complaining, because I mean, it's manageable, but at the same time, like, when you're just trying to, you know, beat the trainer and move on with your day, like, it just seems like more trouble than it's really worth. But I mean, getting the experience is something I really want, because I want to do a lot to evolve, like ASAP. Just that way it's finally evolved. And then of course I need to get our next team member here, and then yeah, it's kind of about it. But I mean, we can't get that team member until the floor after this one. So I mean, okay, you can technically get it here, technically, but I mean, 2% encounter rate, 8% encounter rate. I'll take the 6% higher chance of getting, you know, the Pokemon that I want than the 2% and just sitting here running around like an idiot running from Pokemon that I obviously don't want. So I mean, I don't know. The other okay, one of the candidates is Joltik. Joltik is a very, very good Pokemon, but lacks in, it sort of lacks in the defensive department. The cool little, you know, gimmick that it has is Compound Eyes with Thunder. Thunder it gives Thunder a very good, it gives it a decent enough accuracy so that way you can almost hit it almost every single time, making Thunderbolt rather useless on it. And it also gives things like Bug Buzz, stuff like that, so it's really good. It's also good for the Elite Four as well, because its Bug Buzz is good against two of the, you know, people there. It's good against Grimsley, and it's good against Caitlyn. Psychic and Dark. So I mean, it's a good thing to have, but at the same time, I'm also going to have eventually Shadow Ball on Espeon, I think that Lucario still gets Crunch, and on top of that, I'm still kind of pointing out other team members as well that I might be able to get along the way. So I mean, like, it's not like I don't have things planned out for the Elite Four already. It's just that, like, if I can't get Dynamo, who happens to also get Crunch, which would also be good against the, you know, Psychic Elite Four member Caitlyn. I mean, like, there are things, and I mean, I already have my answer to the Dark already, which is Lucario, and that's partly why I want to get Dynamo, because once I have Electros, Crunch is all I'm going to really need, assuming I go with the physical one, of course. And either way, Shadow Ball is also going to be possible through Espeon against the Psychic type, you know, shit as well. So, I mean, I have so many different ways that I can go about this. I have so many different Pokemon that I can actually go ahead and catch and use and have them be useful. It's just that, like I said at the very beginning of this Let's Play, basically Lucario is all you really need throughout this entire, you know, thing, because you can give Lucario Crunch. I'm not sure, again, I'm not entirely sure if it gets it through level up or if you have to reteach it or something like that. I'm pretty sure it gets it by level up though. You can give it things like Crunch, you can move Tutor Dark Pulse onto it, you have things like Close Combat and stuff like that. So that, let's see here, Crunch gives you access to being able to beat Chantal and Caitlyn. Then you have Close Combat or some other fighting move to take care of the Dark type user. That leaves you with only a fighting type user in the Elite Four that you have to be able to somehow deal with. And in case everyone's forgotten, I do have a Psychic type on my team. So by simply having Espeon and Lucario, you can basically go through this entire game with just those two Pokemon, and you'll be fine. Literally, like, you'll be fine. Of course, the champion is different this time around. Alder is not technically the champion this time. However, like, I don't want to really spoil that for anyone who doesn't already know about Black and White 2, but Lucario and Espeon would actually have a somewhat it'd be like a slightly more difficult time with them as opposed to Alder. Alder would also prove to be somewhat of a problem in the form of Volcarona, because Bug Buzz on Espeon and then any fire move on Lucario. But Lucario also has access to moves like Stone Edge, Rock Slide, I think he gets Rock Slide. Rock Tomb is also a thing. Like, any rock move can seriously maim a Volcarona. And I'm pretty sure that Lucario can't exactly die in one shot from anything that Volcarona has except for Fire Blast, which I don't think Alder's Volcarona had Fire Blast. I think it had Fiery Dance instead. So, I mean, that's a thing. But, like I said, Lucario and Espeon are basically all you really need throughout this entire playthrough. Like, if you're playing through the story, the only Pokemon you're ever going to need through the entire story is Lucario and Espeon. Of course, it doesn't have to be Espeon, it can be any Psychic type really, but Espeon's a good, fast, and very powerful special attacker who, again, will be a Psychic type. So, I mean, just being able to, you know, fire off a Psychic on fighting types, and oops, I didn't mean to do that. I keep forgetting that you can't press the B button there too for whatever reason. But, anyway, having the ability to fire off a very powerful Psychic or Shadow Ball against anything that is Psychic or Ghost, or Poison or whatever, like, you have Espeon for that, and that's really, really good throughout a good chunk of this game. Then you also happen to have Lucario, who has things like Crunch, Close Combat, and various other things like Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, whatever you may need. Like, hell, you can even backtrack, move tutor one of the elemental punches over the other one. Like, for example, I can use Ice Punch here, and then later down the line I could give it something like Thunder Punch or whatever, or, you know, to kind of cover some of the other gyms that might have a more problematic Pokemon for me. So, I mean, like, this game just sets it up so that way Lucario and Espeon are essentially the best Pokemon to use. And by the way, this nose pass pissed me off. I hate whenever a wild Pokemon traps you, like when it's like Trapinch or something with like Magnet Pull or whatever. It's just annoying. Anyways, since we're over 15 minutes, in the next episode we're going to continue through Chargestone Cave, hopefully finish it, get our next team member, and move on to the next city. So, yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.